I open the audio file,
live with it.
listen for the clap, then wait for him to start talking, and I'm like, okay, cut right there.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. We're the ones that always leave you with the clap.
Yeah.
God, it's like the third intro with the clap. Oh, God. Fuck it. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Tardy to the Party, where three nerds gather around and talk about the holy trinity of pop culture, DC, Marvel, and Star Wars. I'm your boy, Jay Sib. And to my left,
Hey
as
guys,
always.
it's Kevin Crunch here.
And to my right.
Double.
All right, boys.
My hip hurts.
I've already poured it.
'Cause I'm
Boys
old
got a
man.
beer this week. It's been a rough one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Not personally, just as a DC fan, mainly a Snyder
Oh,
fan.
yeah. If this was your house, I'd tell you just to pour one out for your homie, Zack Snyder.
I'd just tell you to bring more beer.
So yeah, we're pretty loaded on DC news this week. To dive in, Hollywood Reporter broke a massive bombshell of a news story. Reportedly, Wonder Woman 3 is dead, buried, done. It's gone, everybody.
It's not funny. I'm not laughing to be an asshole. It's like
it's kind of funny.
it's kind of funny.
It's kind of funny.
Because Gunn just
Well.
I think because Gunn wasn't in charge when they asked Batgirl, so they all had the same opinion. Yeah, get rid of all this shit.
Let's put all this crap in here.
Oh, yeah.
What they-
Oh yeah, I forgot to write this on the board. Apparently, the directors of Batgirl met with James Gunn this week.
Oh, I saw
Hashtag
that.
restore back. No, it's
Saw
not.
that,
It wasn't
actually.
that at all.
Please,
Saw that.
please.
It was actually to meet them, apparently, to film a new project. And I guess their only stipulation was guarantee that it's going to get released.
You know what? That's going to be a
The,
clause in every contract.
There
period.
are
It should.
slight rumors that it could be a Batman Beyond movie. I don't know if I quite
So
believe
I
that.
heard
And we'll
that apparently that was the Keeton movie that
we
they
haven't
canceled.
got there
Yes.
yet to that snowball. Let's just go through the whole snowball of bad news that got out. Wonder Woman 3 canceled, axed. Jason Momoa done as Aquaman after The Lost Kingdom.
Oh my.
But
the caveat to that is it, apparently he's not leaving DC. He's potentially going to be eyed to take over the role of Lobo, is the rumor right now. Which makes sense for his November 6th, remember the date, post, where he was so jacked and excited out of his mind.
That was his dream role, wasn't it?
It's his favorite character.
yeah.
He collects like all the Lobo comics. So
Yeah.
it makes perfect
I would
sense
say
as to why that's being eyed out.
he looks exactly like what
Mhm.
he would look like. So.
Confirmed.
Makes sense for sure.
Henry Cavill did film a cameo in September for The Flash, which apparently there were test screenings this week, and they were not in there. But we're not going to get to test screening shit because who knows. But also apparently DeLuca and oh God, I'm so sorry. I always butcher her name. Apparently they were all a go for basically the Snyder crew to come back and make another movie, another Justice League. Hashtag restore the Snyderverse. And also we're basically behind, along with Dwayne The Rock Johnson, of getting him back for the cameo in Black Adam.
Okay.
But no actual deal was actually in place. It was a verbal deal by apparently DeLuca and Cavill. So now that's even up in the air because apparently Man of Steel 2 is now on the back burners.
Or not happening.
And yes, today what broke was apparently there was a Michael Keaton solo movie that got canceled. Which that I still don't believe, and this part I honestly don't believe at all, is apparently it was a Batman Beyond movie.
God, that'd
Yeah,
be,
I saw that.
if that's true, I'd be so angry because
I don't.
make a Batman Beyond movie. Just make it. What, you don't like Batman Beyond?
I like Batman Beyond. I don't want Michael Keaton as Batman in Batman Beyond. And it also
Who
just
do you want as Batman then?
Batfleck. He's already
I knew it.
angry.
I was gonna say it before you fucking started.
Or just somebody
But
else.
in
If they're gonna
Batman
go in
Beyond-
another direction,
But
like
in
I don't
Batman
want
Beyond,
Keaton.
he's like probably in his 70s, 80s. Like he's really old. So You'd need like
Yeah, but he's
a
also
different actor.
yeah, but he's also not really like. I mean, I don't know. They'd be CGIing the fuck out of him anyway. So.
Fuck it, just get
But-
Michael Caine.
Why use?
Let Michael Caine be Bruce now. Let's just go around and we'll just have him be the old man Bruce. That's a dickhead for this Batman Beyond.
Fuck it, just light it up with CGI. You don't need.
Dude, someone on Twitter photoshopped like the suit onto Andrew Garfield, and I was like, oh, that hurts more that it's just not an actual thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw that post.
So,
I guess before we get to James Gunn's response to all this, let's
just talk about this.
let's just dive into this
Yeah.
catastrophe. Go ahead, boys. I'm gonna drink my beer.
Well, again, just so I hope the Batman Beyond thing is. So I tweeted out like, just kind of in shock about it, and not that my tweets mean shit, so I don't get retweets or anything, but I was trying to get some attention and say, like, what do they actually do now with Gal Gadot and Cavill and Ben Affleck? Like,
So more
you know?
info actually on Wonder Woman 3 cancellation. Apparently, the studio still wants Gal Gadot to keep playing Wonder Woman. What happened
they
was
just don't want the movie made.
what
Oh,
happened
thank God.
was Patty Jenkins submitted her script for Wonder Woman 3, and actually, according to reports, DeLuca and them didn't like it because this was before James Gunn was even and Safran were on board.
Mm.
Apparently, they denied the script, saying they didn't like the character arcs or whatever, and basically said, "But you can go back at it and rewrite it." And she basically said no and walked away from the project. So that's apparently why Wonder Woman 3 is dead right now.
Oh, so basically okay.
So really, we don't know
Well,
what's
and-
going on still, especially with we'll just say the Trinity
I'll say
with Batfleck and them.
I'll say what sucks about that too is like we don't really know who's to blame for 1984 then, because we're not if we don't get her third movie.
See, here's the other thing. I guess Jeff Johns' name was attached to the Wonder Woman 3 script.
Oh.
So apparently that might be another.
All right, well, moving on. no. Really, that's kind of crazy. So that really, I mean, okay, being dead in the water there is a lot different than being just scrapped. So they basically, the studio knows what they have. They don't want to give that up, but now they're just like, oh, we got to find what is Jenkins for this? The director, producer, an exec producer, and the writer. So we got to get someone to fill all that.
Yeah, I mean,
That's not easy. Because the producer puts their own money into it. So you're going to have to convince someone to help that.
oh, we lost Legendary, so.
Oh, yeah. So
You know-
moment of silence for the death of Warner Bros. No,
Dude,
I'm just kidding.
honestly,
Dude, how do we go? From
I was all up in my feels that night, guys. I was just like, the
Aw.
Snyderverse is dead. It's a fit. Like I was defeated that night because no matter all these other news come out, like there's still hope. There's still hope. And then when that thing dropped, I was just like, oh, it's done.
gone now.
Like
Dude.
we lost.
Dude, dude, the struggle of being a DC fan. We were on such a high talking about all the exciting shit that was like unfolding, and then,
Dude, they-
just the next week they're like, "Yeah, you were excited? Fuck you."
Yeah, they trashed all of it. And then the Black Adam not getting a sequel. I just was like,
That hasn't been like
that's-
confirmed yet, but that is a
just-
report as well. Oh, speaking of Black Adam, apparently it made some money.
Oh yeah, like the actual whole breakdown of it. Like it won't break even with the box office, but it's projections on total like media sales that it will have. I'm sure it will make money.
So
Not like
we can finally put to
normal
bed
amount of
those.
money.
No, it's still a disappointing return. That's for sure. There's no denying that. But for everybody who's saying
you
that
really
it
think
bombed and flopped, I was like, I don't
Do
know
you
if I'd go
really-
that far.
Do you
with
really
it.
No.
think it's because it's Dwayne Johnson? Like they're saying that it's like audiences didn't really care because it's a Dwayne Johnson movie?
To an extent.
See, I would think
Like-
I would think it would be the opposite.
I
would-
can
to
get
an
that
ex-
just because of the other movies he's done. Obviously, it's like
it's the
I think the joke about him sometimes is like, oh, he'll make any movie to get a paycheck, and it's like, well, I mean, why wouldn't you?
dude, if I'm banking fucking millions of dollars, I'll do whatever the
Right.
fuck you want me to do. You know what
It's
I mean?
like, well, I make like multi-millions every time, so Yeah, I think I'd take that deal every time.
Well, and I mean
But-
to an extent, as far as like The Rock being a Rock movie, we talked about that initially. It's like we hope that it wasn't just another. Oh, here's The Rock. You know, like,
Right.
And it wasn't really that, to my
No,
opinion.
No.
And you know, it was a movie he was passionate about making and being
So
and being
passionate
the
about that he
character.
couldn't give himself pointy ears. Oh, it's the one thing that fucking bugs me about that. You couldn't. I understand the hair, but whatever. Whatever. So dedicated. Didn't even have an Egyptian accent either, but he did speak Egyptian, which was kind of fucking cool. But yeah, good time. It's streaming in a week live, whenever you want it to be. HBO Max. Fuck my life.
Oh man.
Good lord.
Awesome.
It's over. Or is it?
Well, I mean,
Or
it's
is it?
not.
Says James Gunn.
It's not over. Like, what you wanted is over.
Mhm.
That's the thing.
But now I have
My problem.
new hopes and aspirations.
But before you say that, though, bringing up his.
Those are some fucking solid eyebrows right there.
You know, The Rock taught me when he was in WWF/WWE back in the day.
Was it the brow?
See, I can do the actual Rock brow better with this one, where it's got an actual like curve. This one is just a straight like.
I think most
Yoink.
people are like
It's just
that.
a straight like up.
Mine are
This
like
one, it's
that.
kind of got the brown. Did you see that videos that somebody tagged him in of that?
Actually,
the
I can't
cow
Even, I can't even
the bull?
lift my brow. On my
Oh,
left
that
side.
does the brow.
No.
It's like who did it better, and it shows The Rock like doing it, and then it has this like cow or bull just straight on its face, and all of a sudden it just goes, and it just does the straight eyebrow. And I'm like, oh god.
God. Oh my god.
Anyway, what were you saying, Kevin?
Well, the unfortunate timing about all this news kind of getting leaked out and dropping is why do I care about the Flash movie and the Aquaman movie now?
I've seen people say that.
I think that might have been one of the first
Think
things
you
I
shot-
said.
I think this is really bad for them.
Yeah.
My only response to that would be, why would you go to see any other movie?
Well, what?
I just wouldn't go.
Why
at
would you?
all.
Why would you go? Why do you go to see any other movie?
I just wouldn't go at all. I wouldn't see any movie.
Well, that's what I yeah. But I think I think
I know
you're
what
asking
saying.
a different
Yeah.
type of question though. So
I
okay, true.
mean, a good.
yeah.
I mean, if it's a good movie, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Granted, if there's like a long threaded future to it, I like. Why am I gonna go see it? Fuck it, ride it out. See how this fucking shebang ends, man. Let's see how the Flash ends.
Dude, honestly, it's just going to set people at odds. You know, they're just. I mean, that's what they're doing. They're
Well,
just
they're at
pissing
odds.
people
They've
off.
been at odds for.
They're just.
yeah, that's
know.
been a thing.
Well, I know, but it's just getting worse. It's just going to continue. It's getting worse. I mean, that's the exact opposite of the direction that we thought this was going.
Well, that's what I was kind of alluding to last week, and even actually in James Gunn's response and tweet, he even kind of alludes to it as well. Like, we're a fucking divided fan base in multiple ways. Like, we've got two dividing like visions in our universe that's happened. Like, we've split off.
Yeah.
We've already got multiverse.
Yeah.
Beat you to it. Just
Yeah.
not the way you thought we would.
Yeah, officially, and totally unofficially. Yes.
Fuck it.
I'll say it.
Uh-oh.
Let the Flash movie reset it, and then just use it as some BS excuse to install the Batman.
That's what I think
as
they're doing.
The Batman going forward.
That would be nice.
Because people were saying, like, let me guess, Pattinson, the new DCU, the starting movie is going to be the Batman, isn't it? And I was like, I'm on board.
I
Fucking do it.
Let her rip, dude.
I love that movie.
do
I just
not
love
think
that
that's gonna happen.
It's probably not, but I love that movie.
Everything that I've heard from basically, especially like from the studio, is like Matt Reeves is going to have his own Batman universe, and then there's like the Joker universe,
Good. No, that's good for them. Good for
and
them.
which I agree. Like as much as I want a big connected universe, I also want like solo Elseworld type stories as well. But
No, I think Matt Reeves should get to at least make his own trilogy, just to see if it's better than Nolan's, which is mean, but
all right, let's get to James Gunn's response.
yeah, I was hoping that we were just leading into that, but
this is officially James Gunn. So, as for the story yesterday in the Hollywood Reporter, some of it is true, some of it is half true, some of it is not true,
Okay.
and some of it,
Right.
and some of it we haven't decided yet whether it's true or not.
Okay.
Although this first month at DC has been fruitful, building the next 10 years of story takes time, and we're still just beginning.
Fuck yeah on your nothing answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Dude,
Peter and I chose to helm DC
Dude.
Studios knowing we were coming into this fractious environment, both in stories being told and in audience itself, and there would be an unavoidable transitional period as we moved into telling a cohesive story across film, TV, animation, and gaming. But in the end, the drawbacks of the transitional period were dwarfed by the creative possibilities and the opportunity to build upon what has worked in DC so far and to help rectify what has not. We know we are not going to make every single person happy every step of the way, but we can promise everything we do is done in the service of the story and in service of the DC characters we know you cherish and we have cherished our whole lives. As for more answers about the future of DC, I will sadly have to ask you to wait. We are giving these characters and stories the time and attention they deserve, and we ourselves still have a lot more questions to ask and answer. And then he posted a pic, which I'll probably post.
Well, the pic's legit too. It's just the.
It's got Plastic Man in it. And Green
It
Arrow.
does have plastic.
And Green Arrow, which is apparently James Gunn's
Fave.
So,
I mean,
kind of a nothing answer in the beginning, and
very enough. I mean, he literally gave every single cliche answer that he could have given. He could have said any one of the four in response to the news. He gave all four. Amazing. And then proceeded to just give a nothing statement because he's intelligent. He's like, oh, I don't want to we haven't even gotten to my first movie yet. Let's give it some time here. And
then if I would have said that,
probably
and that's
not
it,
happy.
then that would have probably been the most premium response you could probably give.
Right.
Just leave it there. Don't give me a yes and no. If I ask you a question, you say yes and no, and then you don't elaborate. I mean, yes and no.
I still, as a
Some of
DC
it's
fan,
true.
appreciate him saying anything at
Are you
all.
going out this weekend? Yes and no.
Right.
See, I almost took it as there was so many things that broke. I almost wonder if he was actually specifically Wonder Woman would be the half true one. It's yeah, it's dead, but we didn't just fucking cancel it.
Yeah.
Right.
True. That's true.
I mean,
And it's things,
exactly.
and then it's things
Gal
with
Gadot. Gal Gadot's
Cavill
gonna
and
stay.
Gal Gadot being done. It's that could be all well, I mean, it could be or not be. We haven't decided that yet.
Gal Gadot's got to stay.
Here's my hope.
I
Say
would
they do
imagine they'll
reboot this
stay.
shit. He tweeted that thing, A Kingdom Come.
I could see them stay. I could see where they might have to replace Ben Affleck, but I could see Gal Gadot and Cavill stay. Because I don't think Ben Affleck's that passionate about being in the role anymore. Probably something to do with scrapping his movie.
I mean,
Maybe.
dicking him around all the time. Yeah. I mean, who knows? Kingdom Come. It's on the way.
That's pretty cool.
I wonder if James Gunn's actually spicy enough to start this universe off with the Kingdom Come movie.
Ooh.
But I don't know how you would do that because the way it ends is almost. I mean, it'd be a heavy adaptation for sure. Because in a way, I would like them to kind of do a Kingdom Come movie, but for some reason have a reason to reset the universe in the end. Because the way Kingdom Come ends, it's there's no resetting of the universe. It's a very definitive end, and it's in the future. So you can't. So unless he's going to do a Kingdom Come movie to end this universe and then just start a new one, which I doubt. So obviously, I think the long term is Kingdom Come, but I personally think it would be pretty cool if it kind of started with a Kingdom Come movie and it had the Snyderverse characters as older.
Christ, the way they write movies, fucking
Kind of end them on a high
wouldn't
note,
release till 2028.
and then somehow transition.
Maybe
that
that's
into
why
the
it's
new
Gunn's
universe.
plan. He knows by the time they'll get there, it's oh yeah, Cavill, they'll definitely be in their 50s by then.
We won't even have to dye
Yeah,
Cavill's
copping out.
hair at this
Right,
point.
yeah. You won't have to use CGI because they'll be old. You know?
Just cross it off the budget.
Right. My God, James, you've saved this company millions.
We're gonna do the third eye right on
But
the
yeah, I
forehead.
mean, it puts even to your point earlier with the movies that are coming out this year, it puts everything in an interesting spot. Even Blue Beetle. What does that mean for Blue Beetle?
Forgot about that, and that's a good question too. Yeah, well, what's
Where does that movie
but
exist?
maybe that movie can
You know.
just kind of stand on its own for the time being.
It's gonna have to while they do whatever the fuck they're gonna do. You know, I mean, they're gonna have
Like
to do
I
something
said,
good.
I did forget about Blue Beetle, but that one you can make kind of standalone. Oh, Shazam! And the Shazam Fury, like again. Why do I care? What are you doing with this universe?
No, maybe they'll tell us.
I mean, that's another thing. Like,
Shazam! Fury,
I mean,
I
I
forgot about that
I
one too.
did too. Forget about.
So here's the thing. I get the perspective of that. Like, I mean, it's a shared universe. It's apparently ending and dying completely. Why would I go support these movies? It's a fair question. Me as a DC fan, I'm just going to see this fucking universe all the way through, and me also just, even though the universe is pretty much dead, I'm still going to hold much hope that these guys can come back in some shape or form, even if it takes 10 years.
Small.
Captain,
Gap between his fingers.
you say that? You say the captain goes down with the ship?
I'm going down with the captain, all right? Till Snyder says it's over. It's not over.
Until I see his tweet that says it's over, I will keep smashing this hashtag out there on all social media till I'm in my deathbed.
Yeah.
Jay
It's gonna be
says
interesting.
every morning.
I'm going to try. I'm not going to. I'm kind of still defeated. I can't remember where I was going with that. How did I start that off?
I don't Oh,
Fuck.
you were talking about Kingdom
Kingdom
Come
Come.
and like that's the direction he wants to go. So
Oh, that was a while ago. But, yeah, I mean, I'm holding on to a small sliver.
Kind of started it off.
In the end, there's a small sliver that I hope they come back later. Probably not. But I still appreciate James Gunn still talking to the fan base. I mean, we were in uproar. Granted, it took him 20 hours to respond to the fucking story, but
Well, he had to see what was
Well,
true,
there was,
not true,
like-
kind of true, and
Yeah, he had to figure out. All right, this is what's somewhat true.
but it still leaves things in the air. He's giving us hope. That's not. I mean,
Don't give me.
oh, I remember. It was like the yeah, the Shazam stuff.
Don't give me hope.
Don't give me hope.
Oh yes, you were.
But
Yeah, you were discussing a response again when I brought up the question again because we forgot about Shazam. Yes, that's how.
yeah,
you
so
started.
I'm gonna see these through, but I'm kind of worried like I'm gonna keep supporting them because I support this universe. So like I'm gonna keep giving them my money. This was the universe I preferred. I didn't want to go away, but apparently it is going away no matter what. But I almost feel in a weird way the people that are kind of in the same boat as me and want the Snyderverse to come back, or at least keep it whole and don't just delete everything and start over. But I also respect them wanting to start over. But like
I
feel like a lot of the community is going to be like, "Oh, you're going to cancel our universe? We're just not going to give you any money and not going to see these movies now because you basically gave us the middle finger." And it's like, I don't know if that's necessarily the
Hey,
right way to go about
Your
it.
own question back at you though to the community, like, why wouldn't you just go see it anyway, or whatever the question you posed to me when I said, why would I go see it?
Why would you go see any movie?
Why would you? Yeah,
You
so that's
you
the
go
same
to-
thing you can say to the community that might try to say, fuck you to them, but
I mean,
I doubt that they'll probably still go. They'll go so they can bitch about it on Twitter, Jordan.
Yeah, so that way they
Of
can.
course,
So that
it's
way.
always gonna make money.
Hey, so it's that way they can say they saw it through.
Yeah.
They saw it through.
I have a right. I did at least see it,
Yeah.
so I can shit on this movie. And then it's gonna be a good movie, and they're gonna try to shit on it, and they're just gonna be a cynical asshole trying to convince themselves why it's bad.
Fan base kicking themselves in the
Okay,
ass.
sorry, I went on a little one there, so my bad. Interrupting you.
no, you're good. I mean, that's what I would say to them in a way. Is just like if you liked these characters and you like these stories so far, why wouldn't you want to see them through? Like, whether the story is going to continue or not, if it's a good story, why wouldn't you want to experience it? Especially with
even if
characters you
James-
enjoy.
even when James Gunn does his own thing, and if he does like get rid of the thing entirely, and he does his own thing, it's like. Well, my point was, yeah, you probably will have those Snyderverse fans that might feel the way of trying to boycott it, but I don't know. It's like, why don't you at least go see it?
And that's where I see some people like on Twitter that I go through like threads and stuff, and you see the comment that's occasionally
shit.
you do, and then and then usually following that cringe shit, you see someone, yeah, exactly. You're not a DC fan, you're just a Snyder fan, and there are some people that are definitely like that. And I'm not like, yes, I am a Snyder fan. I would love this universe to continue, but I also understand there's a lot of fucking baggage with this universe too.
I'm just
like there's a lot of baggage. So
yeah.
I understand Gunn and Safran coming in because I mean Safran's got ties to this universe too. I mean he's producing Aquaman. I'm pretty sure Aquaman for sure Shazam. So I mean he's got ties to this universe too.
Yeah.
So it makes sense for them though if they're going to completely take over to just wipe the slate clean and start over. The thing that just kind of makes me sad is a major bummer for me is just I wish these characters actually got an actual ending to their story, at least some sort of satisfying ending. Which I guess I should take that as the Snyder cut.
That's where I say, that's actually what I like to see too, and that's where I pose the question. Well, why do I care now about your other movies? So hopefully like you said, they all kind of close it off like it's a good send off in the end for the ones that are remaining in this Snyderverse. So I'm just gonna say what you're saying about the whole your DC fan against being just a Snyderverse fan. I'll just say I'm like the most casual DC fan. I just want a shared movie universe. I just want it. I don't care if it's Snyderverse or Gunn's, whatever he wants to do. I just want something different. Love Marvel, but it needs something different. Yeah. I just need something different.
Yeah, because Marvel fans, we know the story. We know the story.
Well, I more meant with the MCU is like there's so much of it.
I know. It's
keeps getting bigger and bigger, and you are starting to kind of get fatigue burnout.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Now is that going to go away when Avengers 5?
Probably.
Duh. It's gonna go away. Yeah. Everyone's gonna go see that and be like, yes, there's like 50 famous people in this movie because there's like 100 fucking characters and it's awesome, But as the build up to it, I'm like, can burn out. There's a lot of shows, movies. I want something different.
Yeah, and it's all around that same timeline. It's like I say, the story. You know the story. It's like, like you're burnt out. You know the story. You know what's going on. You know where everything's centered around. Something different.
And one of my favorite comic book heroes of all time is Green Lantern. And that's another big reason why I'm like, okay, get something with DC going so we can get that whole thing going too.
I also just, from what I've seen especially with like what Gunn did with Guardians and stuff like that, like.
See, that's.
And with Peacemaker and the Suicide Squad, like, say what you want, but like, I had a good time in that fucking movie, and Peacemaker's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like,
Bull over there does not share our same opinion on that, but yes, I think that's more of a John Cena issue.
I'm not talking the quality of the show. I can't speak to that.
The show is outrageous.
Yeah,
just as outrageous as Cena just being the character.
Yeah, and that's for me. Like, you know what? You always say like with like Thor, Love and Thunder, and all that stuff.
Shit.
Too much.
Okay. All right.
I can't even take that show serious whatsoever, and it feels like it's just a constant. It's just laughable. I mean, which is okay.
That's what it's supposed to be.
I know that. I understand that, but I understand. But what's behind it? It just doesn't make sense to me, and it doesn't flow well.
I'm just gonna say, like, spoilers for you that haven't seen it, but I mean, the show is about insects that explode out of people's brains when the body dies. So, like, yeah, I'm pretty sure dark humor is what it was going for.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but
I mean, the fucking intro is them doing a fucking musical dance. Great musical
hilarious
dance.
Just like your holiday special, right?
Hey, that song that you tuned out of was charting. All right.
And that's what's wrong with this country.
It's funny though, because the last song, the song they did for WandaVision, the Agatha All Along thing, like charted for like a day. It's like,
you think that's because of TikTok though?
Huh?
You think that's because of like TikTok and like
no, I think like specifically it was like streamed a shit ton on like Apple Music and stuff.
Well, that's what I mean. Is that because the people are like downloading it and buying the rights to it to make videos? You know, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, could be.
Yeah, I say that because I know that a lot of those, intro songs, outro songs, they get used in loop videos by creators all the time.
Mhm.
So it could be that, but then again, it's probably just a microcosm of what that percentage is of who actually bought that.
Looking it up real quick, you are right. Yeah, Saffron is the producer on Aquaman and Shazam, as well as
Blue Beetle.
So yeah, probably was hard for him to kind of say, well,
Fuck this.
I tried to help continue this, but I guess we're saying fuck it.
Speaking of Gunn, do you see the Suicide Squad game release?
I saw
yes, it's
Killing the Avengers.
killing the Justice League, killing the Avengers.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out. I know this is your office, but get the fuck out.
At least they'd finish that movie.
I mean, at one point it could have been Kill the Avengers because at one point, both comic companies were one, but that was also a long time ago, before our time.
Yeah, and it's also I think it's going to be Kevin Conroy's last technical appearance as Batman.
Yeah, he did the voice acting for Batman.
Yeah, I thought the trailer was kind of cool. He finally shows up at the end and just goes to black, and you just hear that beautiful, beautiful, iconic voice that we've heard for many of decades now. Yeah, I got a little goosebumpy. How's that?
Goosebumps, chill bumps.
So yeah, I think that wraps it up for DC. I need to get out of my fucking depression. Pull me out of it, boys. Marvel.
Not a lot going on there. There have been really the only thing that I ever saw that, trended was they've gotten a handful of actors for Daredevil, but I will tell you guys, I've never heard of them or seen them in anything else, so got no actual opinion on what characters they could be.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Other than that, I don't know, not to dump more on it, but I guess Doctor Strange 2 beat the Batman to win Best Movie for People's Choice Awards.
Oh my
Not that
fucking God.
I even give any crap about awards, but since it's People's Choices in the name, just salt in the wound there, bud. Salt in the wound.
It's not. It's People's Choice. Nobody gives a fuck.
Hater. Just a hater.
First off, Multiverse of Madness wins Movie of the Year, Film of the Year.
Dude,
Suck a cock.
Yeah, let that hate just flow
Let it
through you.
flow.
I'm not even saying the Batman should have won. I mean, it should have been up there, but I don't think I would necessarily give it to it. Got shit like
Dude,
Everything,
what?
Everywhere, All at Once. You got the Fablemans that just dropped.
Dude.
Multiverse of Madness. This is why People's Choice Awards is a fucking joke. Who else won? I think there was didn't fucking Harry Styles win one for Don't Worry, Darling, which has been shit on as a movie. It basically was just a popularity contest for Harry Styles to win. Fuck the People's Choice. All right. It was a slow week for Marvel. We're just giving Kevin shit to
Fuck the people.
run around
Very
for
slow.
something.
Fuck the people. Suck a cock.
Marvel.
Yeah, I said it.
Fuck the people.
Marvel just took a backseat. They were like, "Well, we don't got any news.
We
We don't like that DC's dominating, the trends, but it's kind of good for us from what it looks like." So, I mean, yeah, there's just really not a whole lot of interesting stuff. I mean, and really, I'm looking at one website, and it's like, well, I never saw any of this throughout the week, so I don't really care to bring it up. But this one's kind of. Have you actually seen anything on this? This is kind of news to me.
No, but the one above it, I did hear about. The director of Agatha.
The director of Wednesday.
Wednesday
gets
going
their
to
own
Agatha,
show.
sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, she's apparently going to be directing Agatha.
Well,
That one I know.
All right,
is,
so that's
pretty
some
legit.
news, and actually, let's just kind of do a little quick transition. So, have you guys watched Wednesday. I actually started it because I was recommended it.
I'm like 3 or 4 episodes in, something like that.
So I have watched, I think, 4 or 5 episodes. I think I've got 2 or maybe 6 episodes. I got like 2 or 3 left. It's really good.
I'd say I've been really enjoying it so far.
I'm gonna check it out.
If I, without spoilers, had to say like what it's like, because it's definitely not what I thought it was going to be. I mean, granted, the only other Addams Family things I've ever seen in my life is like being a kid, 20 years ago at this point, like old reruns on late night TV of the black and white.
Yep.
Saw a couple of that, and then of course the '90s movies.
I'll say I'm not
like I'm not real into
right. I'm
this
kind of the same as
stuff,
you. I'm not super into the Addams Family, but I've definitely.
But this
seen...
was done very interestingly, and if I really had to compare it, like I said to the person who recommended it to me, I walked up to them and I said, "This movie it's Harry Potter."
Yeah, that's what I said.
I was like, "This movie's Harry Potter with like that basically meets Twilight because it's like not just magic itself, but it's like mythical creatures and stuff like that too." So it was
she basically goes to like
because I knew Addams Family was like, they teetered on the weird stuff, and like you have Thing, and then Cousin It is in the original stuff, and you got like the weird stuff, but and then Lurch too, but I wasn't fully expecting a full on like high fantasy setting. And it's pretty good. It's kind of like a thriller, like detective like plot. I mean,
yeah, and it's kind of like
it's mystery.
It's got like it's got that classic like Tim Burton kind of like dark humor type of stuff to it.
There is that.
Jenna Ortega doesn't blink once in this show.
Yeah. I've heard she knocks it out. Yeah,
she does.
Yeah,
she does. I'm pretty excited to finish it up. I did get to the episode that everyone was freaking out over about how she like basically improv'd the dance scene, and the dance is hilarious. It's like it's so goofy, and it's like when she came out and said like, "Yeah, I watched a bunch of like '80s like concerts of goth kids at like concerts. I presume like old school punk concerts."
That's hilarious.
Like the awesome dance moves that she does, it's like, oh yeah, I can absolutely, I see this. It was pretty funny.
So I kind of got that scene somewhat spoiled for me, but it was somebody uploading it on Twitter, and I'm a wrestling fan, and they put it to FTR's theme from AEW, and it was fucking perfect. I was like, yes. I was like, this goes so perfect to this. It's definitely like a very like 80s style like wrestling theme. So it lines up just like this is probably the song they should have used.
Oh god.
But I haven't gotten to the actual scene, so I don't know what song they actually did use yet. But really enjoying it so far.
I don't know the name of it, and when I heard it I was like, this sounds really familiar, but
and I definitely thought the same thing because Haley wanted me to watch it with her, and then like after the second or third episode, I was just like, this is basically Addams Family meets fucking Harry Potter, right?
Right.
I was like, I'm into this, and she was like, I knew you would like it.
For me, it was just the first episode when they're at the school. It's a like prep school. They got uniforms.
I can't remember what episode.
It's like uniforms. I'm like, this is Harry Potter. I'm like,
how long are these episodes?
They're like 45 minutes.
Okay, because they feel like they go by fast.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Like, I definitely, when an episode ends, I'm like, oh, already? What the?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to check it out. I've been wanting to, but it's never like, that's not something that sticks in my brain. Like, oh shit, gotta turn on Wednesday. Like,
and I do like Catherine Zeta-Jones as Morticia.
I like how they brought
I do love Christina Ricci is in it. Not entirely sure on what her like the whole mystery of the season. It's like, okay, it's like it could be any of these 3 different people at this point from how far I've gotten.
Yeah.
And Christina Ricci's character is one of the ones that I'm like, okay, it could be her. Like she's one of them.
Makes sense for her to kind of be somewhat important in the season with her being the original Wednesday.
Is it Gwendolyn Christie or Christine?
I think it's Gwendolyn Christie, right?
I think. Could just be an asshole and be like, oh, Brianna Tarth. Then everyone's going to know, like, oh, okay, but I try not to do that. Christy. So she's in it.
Oh, yeah.
Is she just like a perma Netflix actress now?
Dude, I know. When she popped up too, I was like, baby, it's Satan.
It's Satan.
Dude, Nick just picked that up.
Ooh.
For those of you who can't see,
yeah,
it is a pop set of Yoda, Obi-Wan, and Anakin as Force ghosts. That is fucking sweet.
Funko Pop set, huh?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, middle of the show.
Fuck yeah,
Amazon
dude.
on my laptop. Cool.
Did you guys see the new little teaser that they kind of put out for the Mario movie at the Video Game Awards?
No, the only one I've seen is the original drop with the Koopas.
Dude, I would highly suggest watching it.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's basically like a scene from the movie. They basically just kind of dropped a scene, and he's like walking through the world, and he's like walking over platforms and stuff, like in the game where it's like sliding and stuff, and he's like nervous to get on and stuff, and then there's like people like going through pipes, and it does the wonk 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 noise, and they go, dude, so much attention to detail. Whoever did the animation of this, which I think's the same people that did like Despicable Me and stuff, Illumination.
Okay.
They clearly loved the Mario movies because you can tell there's so much detail and passion that has gone into even just the smallest things. Even just that one little scene they showed.
Sweet.
I was just like, I'm not even like, I never was a big Mario fan growing up. Like, I played him occasionally, but I wasn't like super, super into them. Even I want to fucking see this movie. Because,
I
want to see it.
Awesome.
You said Jack Black and Bowser, and I'm like, yeah.
That's kind of why.
Say no more.
And never did I think I would want this, but apparently he has a musical number. And I'm like, well, yeah, if it's Jack Black,
You
he
have
fucking better have a musical number.
Right, dude. It's the whole point of getting Jack Black. Real quick, though. Yeah, that. Yeah, $55 though.
Woo!
Yeah, Ric Flair Funko Pop, $55.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm thinking, but the Force Ghost 3-pack, I'm literally about to buy that right now.
Oh, that's actually not a bad
Yeah, it's
price.
$27 on Amazon.
Oh, say no fucking.
Yeah, I'm ordering it right now.
Merry Christmas to me.
Merry Christmas to me. As like the other day, my mom just asked me, "What do you want for Christmas?" I don't know. And then I do shit like this.
Something I haven't already bought myself.
Yeah, exactly. Just I don't know. You're gonna have to guess because I just buy myself anything because I'm impulsive. Sorry. Like.
Yeah, I hit Jamie with the old the okey doke because there are folks have been asking like, "What do you want for Christmas?" And I'm like, "Well, nothing now. Nothing. Don't worry about it. And I'm like,
right.
and I'm looking.
Just
at my
so much
phone.
easier to say.
Yeah, and I'm looking at my phone, and I'm like, man, I want some fucking good hot sauces and shit. And I going up to him, I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
Your parents been asking. I almost bought something. It was like $30-$40, and I'm like, they've been asking what I want for Christmas. I'm like, capitalize.
Yeah. There you go.
So I think that pretty much.
That's, I mean, again, not really any Marvel news, so I'd say that, and then we transitioned into Wednesdays, so, and again, coming from that, so, I would say then for Agatha, kind of hype then, because I like what I got with Wednesday, so, let's, see if it,
Transitions.
Only time will tell. Now it's time. The Star Wars news of the week. Bull, what you got?
Oh, dude, decent week. Video Game
It really
Awards. Yeah, it really was. I mean, obviously, there'd been a little bit of time there where we got some bangers of series coming out, but now we're getting all this just coming to the forefront. A little bit of a leak with the Acolyte series. There were set photos leaked.
Wookiee confirmed.
Woohoo! and dude, just the styling of some of the characters. Fucking awesome.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
even just the hairstyle of like one of the Sith looking type of actors.
Did you see, like, Daphne Keene, I think, is like an alien or something. Did
Yeah.
you see like the I think they had prosthetics on her from the photo that got spilled.
That's what I was wondering. I was like, whatever that is, obviously, because they're all kind of grainy. They're not really the greatest photos. Some of them are better than others, but yeah.
Yeah, they weren't the greatest.
So, you
Yeah.
know what? And I'll just say it because, let's be honest, it's the fucking Star Wars community. They're going to bring it up anyway. But aliens are finally back.
Mhm.
The people that have been bitching about, like, I don't like Andor because it's all human beings and Star Wars is supposed to be in a galaxy and they're supposed to be aliens and stuff. Like, so it's like, okay, well, this lot of you,
Yeah.
I think you're finally going to get what you want with this show.
Yeah, and honestly, this one thing too that a lot of fans don't really think about when they talk about aliens in the galaxy. Every alien species, damn near, is just treated like dog shit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they're enslaved, they're this, that, and the other by the Empire. So it's no fucking surprise that you don't see a lot of aliens during certain periods of time in Star Wars.
Well, right, but I think that even for like the forces of good that you're rooting for,
Yeah.
like they're even all humans. Where with the movies, that you've got some aliens thrown into the lot, which again, that's the grand scheme of the rebellion. So I get it, but I can kind of understand. You just want some.
The token alien of every group, usually. I mean, that's kind of how they've done it, really.
Yeah.
I mean, especially in Rebels with Big Dude.
Well, Rebels she's a Twi'lek.
Right.
Syndulla or Hera is a right. Right, like that's the correct name, right?
They're so similar.
Hera Syndulla.
Yeah,
right?
Hera is a Twi'lek.
Okay, she's a Twi'lek, and then shit, his name.
I can't remember. I was just trying to think of it, but the big dude.
Nobody knows.
Yeah. And he's I can't even remember what they call his species
He's the only one that you really ever see outside of.
until they like find. Well, you don't even really see the planet, but you do find others of his species.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're excited for Acolyte, so that was cool.
So
that we got to see it
fucking
a little
pumped.
bit. And then it's
Especially
just,
after Andor, dude.
Yeah,
I hope this is even. Which the way it sounds like it could be very, very similar in tone.
dark.
I think
Yeah.
it's gonna be dark.
Which,
Pete.
please,
Bro,
if it's anything like Andor,
you give me
give
dark,
it to me.
and you give
Look
me
at the
Sith.
DC universe I want.
Oh.
Yeah, just make Marvel like that, or not Marvel. Yeah, make Marvel like that, but also make Star Wars like that.
Yeah.
Give us the ultimate universe. Come on,
Dude,
you got any real balls,
Well,
Feige?
make
Give us the
Marvel
ultimates.
Make Marvel
Yes,
like that
shut
too,
Cojones, motherfucker.
but definitely make Star Wars like this.
Yeah, it's but dude, you do like you say, dark and Sith together. I mean, they haven't done that yet. There's always still that little aspect of light where like the Sith is like the dark evil moment. Dude, give me that
I
shit
really
for like
just
fucking 10 episodes. of
Love
straight
how
evil.
this is all about the Sith infiltrating.
I know.
We've never had anything like this in Star
Right.
Wars.
No.
Like we actually get like the main characters are going to be the antagonists basically, and I'm all for it. Like let's,
Dude, like literally, I hope they shoot this from the whole entire aspect of the Sith only. Like how awful
That
they
would be
make
awesome.
them look. That would like how they make them feel. Because obviously through time, as the Jedi and the Sith, but when they were Legion, they fought each other in wars. It's like the hatred that they actually had, and like because now everybody just talks about like the big bad Sith that's just out there somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
They're somewhere. They're there. Yeah, where are they? I don't know.
They're there.
Oh fuck, I don't know. But they're there somewhere.
They're out there though.
Yeah, but they're there because there's always two. No more, no less. but
what a stupid rule they made for themselves.
shit. Well,
Dude's crazy. Haven't
They
seen him in 1,000 years, bro. Totally crazy.
I'm all knowing.
8
all
hours
seeing.
later, that Jedi dies. What the fuck, man?
Yeah. It's like that fucking creature, like that taxidermied fucking creature. What the fuck? It's like,
What the fuck?
yeah, it's like, oh, they clouds everything you see. Well, if that was the case, they would have fucked you up a long time ago. So, so there's that. But obviously, we're all excited. I don't think there's anybody that's not really excited for that outside of the people that hated Andor, which they can just stay where they are. But
Stay in your lane.
stay in your own lane, boss. But then something even we're I think even more excited for. I think this is the thing that I'm looking forward to the most at the new year is The Bad Batch, the new season. And the trailer dropped, and it looks fucking awesome.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
So pumped for this season.
Dude, I mean,
I loved
so
the
good.
first season, but this season looks like it's
dude, it's like it looks like it's like starting to unravel. And that's the best part of it is like before there was still that semblance of like going on missions. You know, that's what they did.
Yeah.
They're fucking just doing what they got to do, and then you see fucking Omega with the long hair, fucking just with the
bow.
arrow, just lighting shit up. I'm like, you know what? Give me fucking badass Omega all day long.
Omega. Give me badass Omega all the time.
I agree though. Like season 1 was definitely kind of like this mission, now this mission. Mainly just character building, and you got pieces of an arc there too as well. But this one I definitely think is going to be more arc heavy for sure. I think we'll still get a little bits of the a mission here, a mission there type of deal. But yeah, I agree with you. I think it's going to be a lot more mainstream and focused.
Yeah,
and
just
I think a lot more shit's going to pop off this season.
Yeah, like the trying to survive aspect more so than the just trying to make a couple bucks and do what we're comfortable doing. Now like the empire is getting bigger and badder, and they got to figure it out. So it's fucking awesome. And the quality of the animation.
Dude, yes, I forgot to send that in. Like it wasn't just me, right? Like the animation looked like
so good,
way better.
Dude,
like it's still in the same style, but like it just looks better.
Dude, so good. Like that opening when they come and it's just like the beach, and then those giant like crab creatures come out. I'm just like sitting there, and I remember I was just like my eyes just got big because I'm like it was so bright, beautiful, just so well done.
Yeah,
so
like
good.
The only reason I think I noticed, for me anyways, there were times in the Bad Batch where I kind of thought the animation was a little
Yeah.
Especially in like, because it's kind of got the same style as Tales of the Jedi too. There were times in that show too I was like kind of.
Because they're very similar to Clone Wars. They're trying to stick to that Clone Wars style. Not the original one, but like, the one that went forever, and the Rebels style. They're trying to stay in that same mindset because it's like, obviously they want to keep that universe and keep it succinct. So it's like, I know what they're trying to do. Of course they can try to make it better. They can make it fucking look like Knights of the Old Republic cinematics, if they wanted to.
Oh, if only.
Dude, give me a movie of that.
I know.
Oh
just when are they ever... We brought up last week, Knights of the Old Republic. It doesn't get any cooler than that. Just fucking make the movie, all right? The title's sweet. It'll put butts in seats itself.
Yeah.
But I agree. Yeah, like as soon as it even started, I was like, holy fuck, this looks gorgeous.
Gorgeous, dude. And it's just, and man, in the dialogue, and we get to see Palpatine back in the Senate. Can't wait.
I forgot he saw first. Like, what? I was like, oh.
Can't wait. And then you got Rex that's calling them for missions. You got
Cody, right?
Yeah,
Cody is probably, I think, gonna be the antagonist,
and it's fucking awesome because he was like always a fan favorite, and now you're gonna get to see him. What happened after?
I was gonna say we kind of need an answer on Commander Cody.
Yeah, exactly, and and who knows? Obviously, we know it's just gonna be it's Filoni and all those guys. They're gonna be peppering in everybody, into this storyline. So how they do it, don't know, but fucking so hot. So hot.
So stoked.
Next on the list, we've got the Survivor trailer that dropped, which looks fucking incredible.
It does look really good. The
fucking gameplay itself, dude. When he picked up that fucking droid and he flipped it around and was fucking shooting it back at him, fucking dude, that gameplay itself is, dude.
I liked.
Last one's good.
I liked when he what did he like throw it at the droid's like legs or something to like cut it and came back and but it like cut him off and like dropped down. I was like, oh okay, take my money,
dude. Even at the end when he has the two like single lightsabers and he like does that like force jump and then cuts like at an angle and down together. I'm like, dude, that is a fucking Sith battle technique. Like that is meant to dismember and cut you apart. Like that's like, and he's obviously doing what he has to do.
Right.
But dude, that's what I was like, Obi-Wan.
Jedi Survivor, dude. It's a Survivor. Now there is a time skip, I believe, right?
What's that?
There's a time skip with this.
Yeah, this takes place the exact same time as Obi-Wan.
Yes.
Exact.
So
same
the first
time.
game is
really
first game is only like 5 years after.
I think there is a little bit of a jump in there somewhere in the game, like over like so.
No, I think at the beginning of the at the beginning of it. Like it's a time period.
Yeah, I don't know.
Of,
I can't say for sure right off the cuff, but yeah, it takes place the exact same time as Obi-Wan.
That's nuts.
Why would you associate it with such a shitty show?
Yeah. Fallen Order is 5 years. What did this asshole say?
He just said he says why would you associate it with that shitty show?
Literally.
I can't
You're
wait.
a
I
Zack
fucking
Snyder
can't
fan.
wait. I can't fucking wait to go back
You're a
in
DC
time.
Zack Snyder fan.
I can't wait
Fuck
to go
you.
back in time into this episode when you rewatch Clone Wars and you watch Rebels and all that. When you watch Clone Wars and watch Rebels, and then you rewatch it and you're like, "This is fucking hot. This is glorious. I regret everything I said."
Right.
And I'm just gonna play that what you just said loop over and over and over. Just
I don't think. Still should have been a movie.
we all know that. That's
Well.
what it was supposed to be.
So it sounds like you agree that there's probably about 4-ish hours of content that should have been gutted.
Well, here's the thing.
God.
Here's the thing. I don't.
That's a whole Snyder cut right there. That needs to be gutted.
Hey, you know what? At least they're.
Well, that's what Warner Brothers decided. They got it.
At least they're gonna. At least they're gonna keep releasing this stuff.
Yeah. Fuck you, Jason.
Zack Snyder said, "I'm gonna go make my own Star Wars universe in Rebel Moon."
Yeah.
Since you all are dropping the fucking ball here.
Putting that in the same chronological time as that shit.
God.
No, that opens up a fucking can of worms because and honestly, I don't know and I can't say for sure whether they're just wearing the armor or what, but the fact that you're fucking gonna go fight against a Mandalorian like type character in this show, and they
Or
don't
in the game, the
new
game.
the new game. Sorry, like there's a Mandalorian type character with the jetpack, with the obviously with the Beskar. You can see it. I mean, but it's a fucking like he looks like a robot when he comes out, and obviously he's talking shit to you. But
Little fleshy ass bitch.
well, yeah, because I mean, even then, that's the thing that's kind of funny that a lot of Star Wars fans don't even really talk about is how, I mean, honestly, Mandalorians can fuck up a Jedi just as quick as a Jedi can fuck up a Mando. I mean,
I have heard that before.
yeah,
I just don't think I've ever actually gotten to see like a Mandalorian fight a Jedi.
Hey, but as
anytime.
Kanan said,
But I have heard
remember
that
who
is
won-
true.
Remember who won that war.
that's true. That's true. That's very true. They came out in the end, but it wasn't easy, and it went on a long time. Man, it's just like all those battles, Jedi and the Sith, the great Jedi purge, all that shit, everything. They all hundreds and thousands of years. But Jedi always win. I mean, it is what it is.
Wouldn't have it now if they lost.
But that is the unique thing about Star Wars in a lot of ways is that for the vast majority of the content, the good guys aren't winning.
Mm.
Yeah.
Getting their faces pushed in. I was gonna say something else. I changed it.
Yeah, I know. I know. I about
you're-
finished your sentence, and I know where he's going.
We all know. We all know what you two idiots are gonna say.
But no, it's a lot of good things on the horizon for Star Wars. Something I watched again last night was that Eclipse trailer. Dude, that shit looks so fucking good.
I don't know if I've seen that yet.
Dude, that shit.
Did they release that at the VGA?
I think
too?
that's an extended. Because
Oh,
yeah,
what the
because
fuck?
yeah, because
Oh,
I must have missed that.
yeah, dude, it's like it's a long
damn it.
one. It's a long one, and dude, I'm telling you, they were rumoring that the gameplay was going to be similar to the cinematic, and I'm like, if you can fucking pull that off, and I think Eclipse is supposed to be the open world concept. I think from what I remember, I'm not sure. I think so though.
I know. I recognize the name Eclipse, but I just don't remember what they've actually said about it. You said it's a game, right?
Yes, and it's okay. If the leak is true from Game Rant, Star Wars Eclipse will feature an open world and multiplayer elements that are competitive PvP.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Quantic Dreams titles.
Oh yeah, that's the
Yeah.
one you brought. Okay, yes, I remember this one now. Yeah, Quantic Dreams attached to it.
Yep. And so
Yeah, so that's very
Interesting.
good.
in the High
It
Republic
is good.
era,
This
too.
is just such a very, very different game than what they've made before. But yeah,
And
I,
dude-
I remember this now. Yeah.
It looks fucking awesome. The new extended trailer, holy shit.
Well, fuck. I know what I'm gonna do when I get home before
Dude,
I go to
Yeah,
reading
this
comics
actually
here.
looks pretty fucking sick, dude. Like this looks like legitimate.
Yeah, they're not fucking around. Yeah, like for those of you who have not watched that trailer, it is worth every second.
So
It's
is it like
awesome.
an MMO in a way?
It's open world. So
Set in the High Republic era. Well,
My
we
get-
don't really need to. We can watch the
Yeah, we can
trailer.
watch it after
Yeah,
we
let's
film.
not-
We don't need to
let's
sit
not
here
use-
for 2 minutes with our mouths open.
Yeah, yeah, dude.
Oh my God.
yeah, dude. I mean, I think
I'm
that-
gonna play the shit out of that when it comes out in 2026.
I mean,
you know.
yeah, I mean, oh shit, who knows?
Well, that's the thing. Is like more and more of these games get announced, and then it's like they look beautiful, and that's what's annoying. Is that it's an announcement for a game that's like 5 years away, like Bethesda with Elder Scrolls 6. Like, yeah, cool, you announced it.
Well,
It's
dude, they got to
probably
release Elder Scrolls 5 like 10 more times before they release.
Well, and like someone made the point that like, well, when you make a game that's so large like that, and it's a game that's gonna last a decade,
And
it
then you
probably
resell it again.
yeah, it probably takes a decade to actually build that game all the way up in the first place. So
They're saying from what they're saying. Obviously, reports say
'Cause
we
Elder
always know what
Scrolls
that
6
means.
was announced a long time ago.
It says we wouldn't hold our breath on the game coming before 2024, but that's their goal. So
Oh
their-
wow!
their goal is 2024, and they're still hiring people to produce the game.
I told you guys to get into coding. Programming, coding, like go hand in hand.
I was going to. I tried, but I couldn't afford to go back to school.
Yeah, I feel that.
I mean, I could go back and
You
I
can
don't
do
know.
whatever the fuck you want, Kevin.
Yeah, come on, Kid
I
Crunch.
can kind of do whatever the fuck I want.
I know you can.
So I guess
Definitely have
to
that capability.
to end today, I think all we got is the first 3 episodes of Willow, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think we have anything else right now.
Yeah, and I think it would be good just to kind of do it as all one review because it really
Yeah, we don't need to.
break them down individually.
Oh, I don't know if this is an MMO. Sorry.
No, I think there's
It
aspects.
says lets you play as a diverse cast of charismatic characters, each with their own story, abilities, and role, to play in the tapestry of events that could alter the balanced peace of the Outer Rim.
Are they giving me
Choices
Final
have-
Fantasy?
Choices have,
Mhm.
I think it's like Fabled. Choices have consequences.
Yeah.
Dramatic repercussions. I bet this might just be a solo game.
well, what
It
I
might
think,
be
so-
just a regular RPG that's
So-
like Fabled.
yeah. So what my
Eh.
thought is, I think it's going to be a main storyline, and there's going to be zones where there's capability to play online with other people. I don't think
Probably.
you'll be able to play the whole storyline, but the way that it's looking like so far, it's kind of like when you go in on KOTOR and you're like running your own solo like main storyline mission, and then you run into these areas where you can either fight other
Yeah.
players or fight with other players. I think there'll be the opportunity, like they said, multiplayer opportunities. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
you know, I don't think that we're gonna get like it's not gonna be the World of Warcraft of Star Wars, or
No,
what have
yeah.
Or Old Republic, which
You're right.
Jay and I need to get back to.
Yeah. I would say I was gonna be kind of puzzled if it was gonna be an MMO because I was gonna be like,
'Cause
they
they
still have
still-
Old Republic still
Yeah, I
out
was gonna
right
say
now.
they still pump
Yeah.
out updates and seasons for Old Republic.
Yeah, they
so.
just dropped one. Like,
Oh,
Oh, did
couple
they?
couple
We
months
need to get
ago.
back to that game.
It was the
Yeah.
Malgus one.
We need to jump back on there and
We
see how it's
really do
doing.
need to get back to that game.
Yeah, it was
Um,
the Malgus, which was fucking sweet.
I still have my Malgus statue. Anyway.
Yeah,
That's my
yeah.
favorite.
Willow.
Willa.
Willow.
Willa.
So yeah, I think as we discussed last week, neither one of us have seen the movie, right? Have you seen the movie?
Long time ago.
I watched a little bit of it just because I wanted to get a
I don't
glimpse of like
remember.
him young, like
Oh,
with
gotcha.
continuity. So
I don't remember any of it. So.
I remember when I was watching it that I watched it when I was younger, and I
Yeah.
just didn't like.
Just didn't, yeah.
Yeah, it didn't stick for me because I was a kid, and there are a lot of aspects of the show that intelligent conversation and stuff like that. It's not just completely whimsical,
Mhm.
but it's got a lot of whimsical aspects to it. Like I said in the chat,
What is it about?
the movie.
Or all of it.
Um,
What is it really about? I don't really remember.
From what I gathered, it seems like Willow, who is a sorcerer, had to
Mhm.
take a baby who is a prophesized baby to a certain city. Can't remember what the city is that we actually start off in the series, but it seems like that's where she gets dropped off to save her, and they defeat some evil
so okay.
witch in the movie.
Okay. So
Yeah, that's tracking from these photos on IMDb.
okay. So
Yeah, that bitch.
with the movie, and I do remember what the end is. I do remember what the end is, and I don't want to spoil it. But Willow isn't as powerful in that time period as they made him seem in the show. Like
Right, because
he
there's a time
won.
jump.
Right, but that's the thing is like his powers that he gets happen between the end of the show and the beginning of the series.
See, I kind of got that out of it too, because even there is this one scene where she's talking to the queen, telling her that he wants to train the girl, and she's just basically like, "Bro, you suck as a wizard, man."
Yeah,
Or
like,
says a sorcerer, like, "Bro, you suck. Get the fuck out of my
like,
face."
dude, in the series, I think
I was like, "Well, damn."
like
no.
in the series, the most like magical thing he does is he has this like bean in his pocket that he'll throw, and if somebody catches it, it turns into stone. Like, but he does it to the witch, and the witch literally just like holds it, and her arm turns to stone, and then she's like concentrates on it, and then it goes away, and it turns the thing to dust. Like, he literally like does an old like magic trick, like a fake magic trick to win. And that's all I'll leave it at. Like, it's not like some like actual, like how he made it in the series where he's like, me and Lenora or whatever, or whatever.
Yeah.
Is that her name?
It's like
Lenora.
Alora.
Alora, yeah. He said we've defeated her together. Well, that's true, but not really. Like, you didn't like kick her ass. You just like gave her the old okey doke. and so that's like with Willow, it's like now I see him like this, and it's almost, it's not the same. Like, it's complete, like, this character you're seeing in the show has nothing to do with the movie.
Okay.
Like, except for who it is. That's it.
I'll say, like, even as far as like, I definitely didn't get the impression I had to see the movie, because they kind of catch you up in a way. Like, they give you enough background in the beginning right away.
Okay.
You're like, oh, okay.
You can completely remove the movie and it wouldn't affect the series at all.
Solid.
Okay.
Like, it explains the Laura aspect of it,
Mm-hmm.
because they, she's a baby in the movie,
Mm-hmm.
and he's very young, obviously, and the actor was super fucking young, obviously, but then she's almost sacrificed in the movie. She's almost sacrificed, and then I'm not gonna spoil everything, obviously,
Right.
but
Oh. The Rotten community does not like this show.
no, it's awkward. I
Oh,
can see why
God.
they wouldn't. I can see why
It
they
is-
wouldn't.
I can kind of see that too. Like, I feel bad,
Well,
but
the
I
IMDb
almost wanted
community
to
rating
say
was
like
not
this is
high, and
almost
I was
like
like, all right, I gotta check Rotten then. Oh shit.
Yeah, no, I won't say it. I won't say it's something that's gonna blow up the charts.
in a way, it's kind of like I could almost put this as like a guilty pleasure kind of
Yeah.
show in a way. Like
Gaia.
it's kind of corny and cheesy. Whoever the editor is probably needs to get slapped and replaced.
Yeah.
There are some real rough edits in this where I'm just like, what the fuck? This is like,
choppy and fucking like
it just doesn't make. There are just times where it just doesn't even make chronological sense.
No, and there's times
Like there's a scene in the beginning where there's
I would say right
we'll
now.
say
I
a
will hate
kiss
that. I will hate
there's a
that.
kiss between two characters, and then the very next scene they're like at each other's throats and like are basically like they like downgraded each other to like friend, and I'm like, you guys were literally just okay, weird edit to like go from that scene to immediately that scene. It felt a little jarring. And then there's another scene where all I'll just say is a character has a sword and they're about to kill somebody, and they very vehemently come down, like straight down on the person's like face, head, or whatever. The person falls over, and I get it's a kid show or whatever, but I mean it's showed blood and other stuff. No blood or anything like that at all. Dude's just laying there perfectly the same. I'm just like, huh?
Yeah.
I was like, why would you take that angle? Why wouldn't you just stab him then?
Yeah,
like
or,
if you
yeah,
like,
or just like zoom to like pan up to them slicing down. You know,
Yeah,
like you know, just sell it any way you can.
or yeah, like even if you wanted to do the swipe down, don't immediately then edit to the dude falling over like just clean as a whistle.
Completely
Like
unscathed. Completely unscathed.
I'm just like, what the fuck?
No,
So there's
dude.
some weird. I don't know if it's directing at times too, but for sure some editing choices. But yes, it's very whimsical. It's very lighthearted.
Yeah.
I feel like they are even like self-aware enough. It seems like, and that's kind of why I like it. It seems like they're very self-aware that they are kind of cheesy and corny, and it's definitely more meant for kids.
Dude, you're
Okay.
right. And dude, the dialogue and this is kind of funny. I was thinking about it. I was like, dude, I feel like I'm like when like they were just kind of interacting and traveling together. I was like, I feel like I'm just watching like Frodo and like the fucking hobbits for 45 minutes straight. Like that's kind of what I feel like. You know, it's like because you have like the dumbass giant like prisoner that like has a debt. And
Dude, he's awesome.
I know it's fucking
He's
sweet.
awesome.
And dude, and that's the thing is like there's such an aspect of adult humor to it, which he brings to the table, and it's like, but also he still says goofy shit and like,
I think that's ultimately why I like this show.
Yeah.
Is the characters.
yeah,
They're
Oh, yeah.
all, like they did a very good job with the like they're all
Putting
very
together.
interesting, and yeah, they're just a really weird ragtag bunch of group, but they
well, and it's
they
funny.
work at the same time.
Well, it's funny because that prisoner that they're sitting around the fire, and it's like the prisoner and the foreign prince that married
Oh.
that got married to
Yeah.
married away,
Oh,
and then
what's-
it's that little the other dwarf or whatever, the other
Silas, was that his name?
something like that. Yeah, and they're sitting together while the rest of them argue, and like fucking that prisoner just leans back. He's like, "See, guys, they're all at odds. We're the glue that keeps the screw together."
Oh my God.
And like they just look at him like, "Bro, shut the fuck up." Like,
I love what is in that scene too. Like one of them's got his like feet on the rocks.
Yeah.
And then when he goes to lean back, he kicks his feet off the rock to like put his foot there.
Yeah.
I was like, God, this dude's awesome.
Oh, dude, the part that really fucking just, like you said, that's rough. Like when Alora's out, like trying to practice her magic, you know, and she's like out in the woods. She's out in the woods, and then there's just that one dude that got like, you know, marked.
Oh,
you
yep.
know, he didn't kill her. He just bashed her over the head. Like that's like he literally just he comes out of nowhere, dude. He just comes out of nowhere, and he's just like, like it's just
sucker punches her.
yeah,
dude.
and dude, it's literally that's like how like that's almost the end of the episode. It's just like, and she just goes down. He picks her up, puts her on the horse, and he's just scene. And it's like, dude,
Scene.
you can't-
Roll credits,
And I'm
please.
like-
Roll credits.
and I'm like, dude, this guy literally he's
Here's
talking
some
and
shitty edits.
He's like got this low like when when
His
he
voice was really catching me off guard.
yeah, because then his eyes like turn red and like his like veins fill with like black
Mhm.
because he's like, you know, tainted or whatever, and he's being controlled by like whatever force is out
I don't even know if we have
a.
a name, or is it still?
It's called the Raven or something like that. Or
Oh
the-
yeah, yes.
Is it the
Or the crow.
The
One of
crow,
them.
something
One of
like
them.
that.
It's a fucking
Something.
bird.
It's
dude.
a
It's a
black
fucking
bird.
Crow.
It's a black bird. It's a black bird. Whatever it is. Because I remember that one fucking bird
Dude,
goes down and
What a
picks up
stupid
See,
question.
here's the same thing.
The
It's like
crow.
this sometimes gets a little dark
Just
for
say
like
crow.
it's a crow.
Well, it's just from The Office. Just what movie, Dwight? Just what a dumb question. The Crow.
But like there's kind of like darker elements to the show too. Like when the crow like gets into like I'll say humanoid
Yeah.
form. Like I was like, ugh, you fucking ugly ass bitch.
Yeah.
Like, get the-
There's certain-
Ugh.
Fucking ugly ass bitch.
Listen. I'll tell you what. They're certainly not worried about like A-list actors and like beautiful people playing these roles, dude. I mean, it's awesome.
Honestly, I think Willow, the actor Willow, kind of stands out. Like he's a good actor.
He's
And then
awesome.
the blonde,
Yeah.
which made sense as things went on. I was like, no wonder why you kind of stuck out compared to the rest of the people.
Yep.
Okay.
And dude, honestly, that was such a good job they did because you always had that kind of like what is up with her? You
Mhm.
know, like why is she relevant still? And like they always kind of bring her.
Why
back.
is this crazy ass motherfucker?
And dude, she was like a stage 5 clinger, dude.
I'm not gonna lie. I for a second thought they went Star Wars again on us
Oh.
with the brother sister thing.
Oh my god.
And then finally, like I kept thinking and thinking and thinking about it again. I was like, oh, we're good. I was like, never mind. They didn't. Never mind.
yeah.
But for a while, I was like convinced. I was
Jason
like, what
was
is
like,
up with?
Jesus?
I was like,
it's
what-
2022 now. We don't do this anymore.
This isn't Alabama.
Right. Hey.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, roll your sister. Roll Tide. Roll Tide, roll. No,
We are sorry for our viewers in Alabama. We did not actually mean any of the comments we just said. We are purely
I
do.
That
Go Dogs.
cocksucker likes Georgia.
go dogs.
go dogs.
Go dogs. Oh man, we gotta. Speaking of which, just a little sidebar, just before we continue on with or finish up with Willow, rather.
Oh, you want to talk about how OSU's going to pull that upset because you guys are actually trash?
Because you guys are playing Jackson Smith and Jigba, right? Oh no, he opted out. Sorry.
J-Sib, anything to say?
He was injured anyway, wasn't he?
He was had availability, I think, to come back. I'm not sure if it was a for sure thing that he would have not been able to participate.
See, I thought he got hurt.
He did, but I think he was able to come back, but he just said, "Fuck it."
All I gotta say is Marvin Harrison Jr.
Okay. Alright.
Junior.
Christopher Smith, Malachi Starks, Keely Ringo.
Dog shit.
Yeah,
Dog
don't
shit.
listen to him, dude.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
Dog pound, dog shit. Either way, you're getting dog walked, motherfucker.
we're gonna go back and remember that loop I talked about. Just gonna keep going with that.
Honestly, you guys should win.
Yeah.
It would be fun.
I'm gonna be honest. You guys should win.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we don't. I'm not saying we can't have a good day and make it a good game and potentially win, especially if you guys are running an off game. But you guys definitely should be favored to win this.
It would be classic Georgia to find a way to fuck it up though. So I mean that's why even like when our friends ask me, they're like, "Bro, why do you even sweat these games? You know you're gonna win." No, I don't.
No.
I really don't. You know, like Bama for like years there, they knew they were gonna win every game.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, that was it. And I could feel what it was like. For a little bit there, I've been able to feel what it's like to be a Bama fan. But at the same time, in the back of my head, I'm a Georgia fan. 41 years of dog shit.
Dog shit.
I mean, we had our good teams, obviously, but we never could finish it up. Could never finish the job. So we did 1 year. We're there again. Let's see what the fuck we do with it. But anyway, back to the story. Back to the Willow. But final thoughts. I mean, what do you think as far as where we go from here?
Do you really recommend me to watch it?
Yeah,
I think you would enjoy
I think
it.
you would enjoy it. Yeah, yeah. Like
Honestly, I think most people that probably didn't have a good time with, let's say, I don't want to necessarily throw them on the Rings of Power. You might enjoy this a little more, honestly.
Yeah, I think this is a little more user friendly. I think than
the characters are actually.
User-friendly, huh?
I will say, like
Yeah.
I didn't hate Rings of Power.
yeah. I mean, that's a
But I
best way to
mean,
describe it.
I gotta say, like the characters are kind of a lot. They're more enjoyable in this show. Like they are.
And they didn't even need a big build up either. They didn't need like a handshake into each and one of them individually. Like it was like
That's where like they kind of did go like classic like Lucas with this, where they kind of did like accelerate things by just spoon feeding you shit. Just like, take it. This is what you need right here. All right, swallow. All right, let's move on with the story.
yeah. It's true.
But I was kind of cool with that, especially I guess for me, since I hadn't seen the movie. I kind of just didn't mind it, even though I guess since what you said, it wouldn't matter anyway.
Nope,
but
nope. It adds to it, but it doesn't. It's certainly not necessary.
I kind of tipped it to that. I was like, all right, they're just kind of getting people caught up to this shit, and I kind of appreciate it at this point. So I like all the characters overall. It's fun. It's whimsical. It's kind of a traditional, I would say, like fantasy story.
Yeah.
They're not doing anything like super out of the box, at least so far. Yeah, I'm having a good time. I'm enjoying it. I would recommend. I mean, yeah, KP, come on, it's LucasArts, bro.
Dude, I mean, and honestly,
How do you go to that Disney Plus page and you go to Willow and it's in that like Star Wars like art, like painting style? Come on, man.
It looks like
It's
it
not
looks
fucking Star Wars.
it looks
it's
like the old
Lucas
It's
Ewok.
real
Arts.
easy to pass it over.
The art on it looks like
This
the
is
old.
not difficult choice.
It looks like the old Ewok movies, honestly. Remember those? Like where the family lands on the fucking Endor.
Yes.
Like that's almost like what it feels like because all the little people and shit. You know, it's like
I forgot they
Dude,
ever made that
That
shit.
town was sweet though.
That's old stuff.
yeah. No, dude, it's fun. It's fun, and I it's not something. It's not going to be for everybody. So don't.
I would say, yeah,
Definitely.
recommend, but yeah, I don't know if it would be for everybody.
Yeah.
I'm surprised, honestly. I like it. Like I said,
I
from
kinda
like a
was too.
technical, I'm surprised like the cheesiness and editing style of it didn't turn me off.
I'm surprised too, to be honest with you.
And that's why I think this somehow makes it in as a guilty pleasure. It's got a certain je ne sais quoi about it that I'm just like, for some reason I like it.
No, dude, it's good. I mean, it's fucking je ne sais quoi.
Yeah, right. I kind of stuck
That's it.
there for a minute.
That's it. That's all that needs to be said about that. It's kind of so je
Je ne sais quoi.
No, it's fun,
It's
man.
amazing that you just pulled that out of your ass.
I know. And Wednesday, I mean, the Wednesday, it's a Wednesday release.
Mm-hmm.
Love
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Love that with no Andor and no football.
Well, that's just
Something
Disney
so-
Plus, baby. We drop stuff on Wednesday.
Love it.
Except Bad Batch, I think they did Fridays.
Yeah, I think they're going to continue to as well.
What was the day for Batch again?
January.
January, is it 6?
It's early January. Oh, and then also, weekend, did you see the Survivor is March 17th?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's legit. I mean,
Damn.
By the
That's
way.
really close.
Yeah.
it's legit.
I might have to just like go watch like campaign videos, like the story of
I don't
of
think the
Fallen
game
Order.
actually takes that long.
Just play it. It don't take that long.
I don't think it takes that long if you only do
Oh.
strictly the campaign.
Wait,
Yeah.
is that the
If-
one that's only like 5 or 6 hours long? I think if you're just doing the campaign.
If you power
Yes.
through it, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
But the point of the game is to explore because
Yeah.
every planet's map is
Huge.
massive.
You get lost in
Word.
it.
Yeah,
You'll get
that's
lost.
kind of honestly why I kind of like stopped playing it because I was doing that and then I just kind of burnt myself out. I need to go back to that game.
Yeah, I was replaying it the other night. Just like I started a new campaign just to fuck around and try different things and
Mhm.
just actually take risks instead of act. Because the first time I played it, I just wanted to see the storyline
Yeah.
because it's dope as fuck. But no, I went back and I've just been fucking around a little bit and just trying to go places I didn't go when I first traveled through.
Mhm.
And I could use my character that I finished the campaign with to go back and do it, but I'm like, fuck, what's the fun in that? Fuck everything up. Like once you get to a certain point, because there's so many skill points and skill abilities that if you
Mhm.
just play the campaign, you'll never unlock.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
the tree is large.
huge. Yeah. So it's definitely worth the play, and you can power through it easy just to get the main storyline. Just do the bare minimum to get through and actually play the storyline. Easy.
Back to Bad Batch real quick. We didn't say how, in the trailer, Gungi.
Oh yes, I saw him pop up too. And I was like, whoa! I was like, there's the Wookiee boy.
And he grabs his lightsaber.
Yeah, like straight up.
Like straight up grabs it over, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, sweet." Yeah. And the other thing too is that they're gonna drop 2 episodes the release day during the mid-season, like I guess break thing.
Mhm.
Probably just means they're dropping 2 episodes because they're gonna take a week off from just having their background team get it onto the server or
Yeah.
onto the app for viewing, and then the finale will be a 2-parter. So
Hot.
yeah,
It's fucking awesome.
still 16 episodes like last season, but again, we're getting
See, it said the 4th, right?
the 4th,
4th be with you, even though it'll only be January.
even though it's
Yeah.
January. But
once removed.
So still Wednesday. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be an exciting start to the year. I mean, we got that's gonna take us right into Survivor. So March 7th, St. Patty's Day.
Fuck yeah.
First day sales won't be that great, but but the pre-orders.
But the pre-orders will
But
be
the
slide.
pre-order.
Because everybody's gonna be too wasted to order it on the day that it comes out.
See a bunch of drunk people.
Dude, well, that's the thing. I got the day off at work for St. Pat's, so like I'm gonna like.
See, I
pre-order
never
it.
do.
Oh yeah, even the Bad Batch season 2 episodes are going to be released on Wednesdays.
Oh, okay.
So
they
I
did
think
go to
Disney
Wednesday.
Plus is just going to a Wednesday model.
Mm.
This. Ooh. St. Patty's on a Friday this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'll be working, but maybe I can get off a little early and
I
party
will
a little
probably
bit.
take the day off work.
I usually
and
start about 11.
I am
I
legitimately not allowed to take that day off work.
That sucks.
Because of the
I used
industry
to
I
not be,
work
but
in.
now I've
No.
got a new job, and
Oh.
I can take that day off work
Let's
now.
go.
Yeah.
Dude, last year was fun because we met up at Kirsten and Brandon's, and
Mhm.
got started there, and that was fucking awesome. We just like went down to the riverfront, and before everybody like filled it up after the parade, like it fucking goes crazy.
Mhm.
That's the thing, is you got to be up early to get to those places really before they fill up from the crowds from the parade.
Yeah, I think we met up at their house at like 9 or 9:30, and like they had like breakfast over there and shit. And we
Dude,
just
I remember that
prepped.
one year we woke up and went to Kenny's at 7 a.m.
Yep, I remember that.
Ugh.
Well, then there was that, and then there was the year we went to the Fox Pub at 7 a.m. too. I don't know if you were there that year.
Actually, that might be the year I'm thinking
It
of.
really when Mohawk Zach was there, and
I think so.
yeah,
That might have been what I'm thinking of.
The world famous Fox Pub?
And I had the bomb chicken and waffle.
oh dude,
Yeah. Yeah, that's that year.
dude, those
Yeah.
potato
That's
pancakes,
that year.
man. Stop
But
playing.
literally, we were there
So
at
good.
7 a.m. And, like, I think one of our buddies just, yeah, man. Like, there was, like, 10 of us, and he just tells the waitress, get a shot of Jameson for every single person here.
Oh yeah, that was the first thing we did.
That was the first thing we did, and I'm like, dude.
7 a.m. Jameson shots.
I'm 7 a.m., man. I haven't had, like, a beer yet. First, like, you're gonna make me just do this?
Literally.
I think that's
From the
why
get-go.
I went.
I think
with-
I actually, like, I literally sat my shot down that I got, and I, like, waited.
I think
was
I
like,
went
no,
one
I'm
year
not
there with
doing that at
everybody to
7
start
a.m.
off.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that now because Zach's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I think he was that, yeah. And I think it was like me and someone else were like, dude, I'm not fucking slinging that back first thing in the morning.
I
No,
wonder,
trust me,
I
I
wonder
would-
if that was
I
me
wish I
then,
would've
because
joined
I
you.
don't think I took my shot. I was to the point where it was early enough for me that I didn't even want to eat, and that was like the whole point we were there was to eat to start
Yeah.
the day off. And I was like, I'm not. One, I feel like I'm gonna throw up if I eat. Two, if I take that shot, I'm probably definitely gonna throw up if I don't eat.
Dude, yeah. I remember. Like, I wish I would have joined you, Kev, because I remember I took it. And I was like,
Oh, yeah.
eyes watering and stuff.
It was supposed to be a good day.
I'd say, yeah, like
Good morning.
everyone was making that face, and I'm like, you guys are fucked.
The 7 a.m. Jameson face,
Yeah, just-
and not from staying up the night before either. You're getting your normal fucking sleep and then getting up for that shit. That's normal. That's earlier than I wake up for fucking work.
right. Yeah, that's
Jesus.
terrible. All right.
All right,
Let's
yeah.
get the hell out of here.
Yeah,
I think
you're
that
right.
wraps up this week. Thank you, everybody that is tuned in, whether you're on podcast services or YouTube. We appreciate you so much. If you could please give us a like, follow, subscribe, ring the bell icon, whatever fucking platform you're on, hit the thing, do the thing. We appreciate it. And as always, please leave comments down below on maybe future topics you'd like us to talk about, got some questions about, or for us that you'd like us to answer. We would gladly like to bring those on the show. But until next time. Oh, yeah, Twitter, official T3P. We need some followers. Like we really need some followers, guys. Anyway, as always, until next time, I'm your boy, J Sib.
Kevin Crunch.
And the bull.
See ya later.
Later.